Rain trickled down the stained glass windows of a pawn shop on a forgotten street in downtown Chicago. Inside, the lighting was dim, the air musty with age and desperation. Alina stood quietly by the counter, clutching a baby blanket close to her chest. Nestled inside was her 6-month-old son, Nico, his tiny hand curled into her scarf. The shopkeeper barely looked up from his phone. "I need to sell this," Alina said softly, placing a necklace on the glass. It was thin, gold, with a faded blue gemstone set in a delicate heart-shaped pendant. "It belonged to my mother, but I need to buy food." The man squinted at the item. He held it up to the light, then weighed it. "Gold's worn, stone scratched. I'll give you $30. Alina hesitated. Her stomach twisted, not from hunger this time, but from pain. The necklace was the only thing she had left from her family back in Ukraine. But Nico needed milk. He hadn't had a proper bottle in 2 days. She nodded. "Okay," she whispered. She left the shop with the money tucked inside her coat, the wind sharp against her cheeks. She didn't see the man in the black coat step out of a luxury car across the street. She didn't know that her life was about to change forever. Inside the shop, Alexander Grant, one of the most powerful CEOs in the city, stood frozen, staring at the pendant on the counter. "Where did this come from?" he asked sharply. The shopkeeper shrugged. A girl came in. Poor thing. Looked like she hadn't eaten in days. She had a baby. Alexander reached for the necklace with shaking hands. He turned it over. On the back, faint but still visible, was an engraving. "For my shining star. Love, Daddy." His heart nearly stopped. That was the exact necklace he had given his daughter Mia on her 7th birthday, the last gift before she disappeared. 15 years ago, Mia had been taken from a park while her nanny was distracted. Despite months of searching, endless press coverage, and private investigators, no trace had ever been found. Not even a clue. Until now. He gripped the counter. "I need the security footage. Now." The footage showed a thin girl in a tattered coat, holding a baby, handing over the necklace. Her face was tired, but it was her eyes that haunted him. Those eyes, he'd seen them before. They looked like his wife's. They looked like Mia's. "Find her," Alexander ordered his driver. "I don't care what it takes." Meanwhile, Alina sat on a bench near a small bakery, feeding Nico with a bottle she'd just bought. She felt lightheaded from hunger, but it didn't matter. He was fed. That was enough. A sleek black SUV pulled up beside her. A man stepped out, tall, gray at the temples, and intense. He walked toward her slowly, as if afraid she might vanish. "Miss," he said gently, "may I speak with you?" Alina stood protectively. "I'm sorry, sir. I don't have anything else to sell." He smiled, a strange mix of pain and hope in his eyes. "I'm not here to buy anything. I saw the necklace you sold. It belonged to my daughter." Alina froze. "I don't understand," she whispered. "It belonged to my mother. She died when I was little." "What was her name?" "Lena." He blinked hard. "Do you know anything about your father?" Alina shook her head. She never talked about him. "I was raised in an orphanage after she passed." Alexander's voice cracked. Would you let me do a DNA test?" She frowned, confused. "Why?" He knelt, looking not at her, but at the child in her arms. "Because I believe you might be my daughter. The necklace, the engraving, it's exactly what I had made for Mia. You look just like her mother." Tears welled up in Alina's eyes. She shook her head. "No, this can't be. This doesn't happen in real life." "I thought the same. For 15 years, I believed she was gone forever." A few days later, the DNA results came in. Positive. Alina was Mia Grant. Somehow, after being taken, she'd ended up in a different country, given a new name, and raised without any memory of her first 7 years. Her mother had died before she could tell the truth. Her world had been rewritten by tragedy, and yet, here she stood, unknowingly returning a piece of the past to where it belonged. Alexander stood in the hospital room, staring at the results. His hands trembled as he reached for Alina, Mia, his daughter. She wept as he pulled her into his arms, the necklace now restored around her neck. "I found you," he whispered. "After all these years. And I found kindness," she replied, sobbing. "Even when I had nothing left." From that day forward, Alina and Nico were no longer alone. She didn't just gain a father. She gained safety, purpose, and a chance to heal. Alexander didn't just reclaim a daughter. He found a reason to believe in miracles. They rebuilt their lives slowly, not with riches, but with compassion. Because sometimes, all it takes is one moment, one necklace, to rewrite a lifetime.